My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. We're heading into the Shroud with a party that does just loads of damage. Just so much damage. So many crits. So much bleed. The blight's off the charts.
Propriety floats listless on
Not great stress healing or healing. Fine. You don't need those, right? Right? This is actually kind of funny. Okay, so the path to the lair then immediately goes to the oasis afterwards. My goal is to go to the oasis and the lair over the course of this, so I'm kind of over the moon to see this. Going right would be a resistance encounter, so I have the ability to reduce my loathing there. Would love to do that.
Prepared for the upcoming obstruction.
Yep. Oh, it's also a roadway battle. Hell yeah! So I don't even have to get any more oblivion, or, you know, gosh forbid, wreck my wheels. Ha! I like the back line, man! He's a rude dude. It's time to take aim. I want to dodge the howl? Nah, just gonna have everyone horrified instead. Noxious Blast, we do manage to crit, so that's a solid 30 blight damage. %40 chance to crit there. We didn't manage to, but it's still good. Do I need to bellow you? Oh, they are actually quite quick. Yeah, I suspect bellowing is not going to help me, especially then. Roll Defender. I would rather not have to deal with a particularly... Ooh, wait a second. Oh, right, yeah, the woodsman is guarding, so I would hit the woodsman no matter what here. I like the idea of stealing the guarded tokens and being guarded by the enemy woodsman. It's not what would happen, but it'd be cool.
Bravo!
Big ol' 19 damage crit. Ooh, you actually managed to stun him. Although you also put him into a position where where I can clear some stress off of him with a bolster. I should have been hitting the backline constantly because I'm not removing any of the charges of guarded. That's the mistake I was making. Yeah. Unfortunately, a reasonably large mistake. You stop throwing skulls at that guy? Good gosh. There we go, now it's just you and me, ghoul.
Well done.
Roll the solid crit against them. Start crushing their armor. Yeah.
Incremental.
Oh, we resisted a disease! Thank you for not getting it at least. I do have a crit token available. Unfortunately, it is going to get partially blocked here. Alas. We resist a disease there. Why am I getting so many diseases from hitting the enemies? Is it hypochondriac? Imagines contracting every manner of illness from enemies. It's hypochondriac. Well, that makes sense then. The enemy dotted up to hell. Good lord, really spreading this stress around, eh? Guess I'm gonna take aim. It'd be nice to crit. Speaking of critting,
A breakthrough.
40% of the time that was going to work, so I knew it was a reasonable risk to take. You don't have death blow resistance, but you will go down to the ground. I'm going to try and blind you, which also blighted you. Neat. And then I'm going to try and slow you down. Ideally, I'll get the ability to roll another... what's the word I'm looking for? Another bellow? Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity to do that. So I'm just going to try and roll crits to get some stress healing out of that. Also, positive relationship interactions between people for following the same target.
The past is gone. Let it die.
Oh, something I have been curious about, by the by. For those of you who might be watching this series with a lot more experience in Darkest Dungeon 2 than I have, if there are any obvious, consistent ways, not even obvious, but consistent ways of being able to trigger positive relationships between people that I'm not exploiting, I would love to hear about that. Like, I know, you know, when I'm wrapping up a fight, I know a lot of normal recovery things that I want to do. And I know that, like, you know, following up certain hits on certain targets is cool. De-stressing the very stressed people is cool. And healing people on low health is cool. Defending people on low health is cool. All of those kinds of things. Oh! Time Women Sean. We advance relentless. They'll perish. And we get a strength token, I believe, for that. Is it strength for our entire team? The enemies are infectious. And quick. I'm gonna set up crits. Unstable incubation. They're gaining block plus tokens. Ooh, a dodge token on the enemy backline there. Unfortunately, that does allow them to actually dodge my ability. Rude. I'm going to try and slow them down so I have the ability to apply my DOTs before they act in the next round. Nice. Time for a Grapeshot blast. Oh, incredible crit. Oh, you'll love to see that. Okay, this cabin boy is already dead, but the backliner one, they've got some more killing to do.
Emboldened.
Rudely, it took everyone's actions to get that enemy. Spawning ground. What? How do I always have diseases? 50% disease resist that. Negative 1% max HP. However, at combat start, if the torch is higher than or equal to 50%, we become blinded twice. That's a roughie. That's not good. You don't want those. Honestly, the crit dealing from our... Oh, wow. From our crit givers, effectively, our damage dealers, is our stress management strategy for this run.
Lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
I don't believe I have any serrated items for Rawson. No, none of our combat items are serrated. None of the other trinkets are serrated. Okay, so Fishmonger's gloves would possibly eventually go on Rawson, but right now it seems like it'd be a pretty severe downgrade. Now, I wanted to go to the question mark so that I would have the opportunity to hit the lair, but I also don't need to go to the question mark to have the opportunity to hit the lair. So if I wanted that hero shrine, I could totally take it. getting to the watchtower, then ducking back over to the lair, and then the oasis. I'd miss out on an unsettling portrait. I don't have anyone who has 3 negative quirks. I like the idea of going for the academics unsettling quirks when I have 3 negatives on a character, because oftentimes it will give you a positive quirk and then it will also give you a negative quirk, and if it gives you a negative quirk, it will have to replace one of the ones that you already have if you have 3. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Hero Shrine. Sorry, everyone.
Decidedly inconvenient. At least we know what's coming.
We get a road battle here, which I'm not at all perturbed about. Should be a good opportunity for us to release some stress. Speaking of, gotta take aim if I want to be able to do that. Torch was too high when I came into this fight. Oh, managed to connect even being blind. Nice. Thank you for de-stressing my character. Maximum damage. Cool. So the enemy team at the moment has
can rely only upon each other.
Has 3 characters that are just gonna die in the next round to their DOT. Gotta love that.
Early results are encouraging.
And yeah, it only really makes sense to try and just dismantle them all. Unfortunately, we didn't get any positive triggers over the course of that. We did get some negative stress over the course of the fight in general, though. So that's worth it. Sorry, Thil, what is your disease doing as well? Oh, right, of course, that's the blindness. That makes sense. Can't sleep, awful food, worst company. How dare you? Rawson! Highway Sean has laughed at a joke from Sorathil, and in doing so has de-stressed them. Time for the Shrine of Reflection. Do I want to finish? You know what? Yeah. Let's finish off the Highwayman.
Chapter 5. Shackled. The lifeless bodies of a woman and child, horribly mutilated by errant gunfire, stared spectrally through the remnants of the coach door. Arrested by the ghoulish sight, he felt the cold chains of remorse tighten around his heart. Guilt was a pursuer he could never outrun, a prison he would never escape.
Final Resolution, +1 Mastery, and Double Cross. From the front 2 positions, the enemy front 2 positions, gives defense to the self and makes the target vulnerable. And then Double Tap, a ranged ability from the middle 2 positions, the enemy's middle 2 positions, deals +30% damage when the target's HP is lower than 30%, and has extra resistance piercing. Extra, death blow resistance piercing. Once upgraded, I mean, I guess I drop Wicked Slice for Double Tap? But why do I care about it versus Pistol Shot? Oh, it does more damage. Yeah, it does the same damage as Pistol Shot without an upgrade. After an upgrade, it does more. Neat. I like this. Let's kick on. Rawson, rather than Adrenaline Rush, why don't you tag Raucous Revelry for the next fight? So if you do remain stressed out by the end of it, we can manage that a little better. Unfortunately, we're losing some armor now. Alas. Had to happen. Oh! You kidding me? This is a challenge. Oblivion's Ingress. Oh, baby. Oh, Sorthil! My pathogens will assure us an advantage. Please show me how. Okay. Negative 30 resists to each of the DOTs except for bleed. Unfortunately, I am mega blinded on basically all of my peoples. Let's take aim, removing that blindness. Sightless miasma, even more blindness for our backline target. Nocturne Commune. I'm gonna use milk-soaked linen to remove the blindness. I do kind of like the idea of rolling the Raucous Revelry right now. It's -3 stress to the party. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to roll if it bleeds on the cherub. The main reason to do that is because I would... Oh, actually, I'm also going to blind the Evangelist.
Measured and steady.
It's because it's damn important that I manage to hit those blights on the enemy backline. And speaking of, I'm going to bellow you all. Become slower. I would like to hit more blights. Yeah, I'm just going to kill one of the cherubs rather than let it act. Face your confession. Simple horror on the target. Does Raucous Revelry? No, unfortunately, it only removes horror on the self, not on allies. I was really hoping it was going to be on allies. I'm going to roll an ounce of prevention here in order to try and make it less likely that I get bled out ridiculously by these enemy frontliners. And then, if it bleeds, misses again.
Cooperation is the key.
And it seems appropriate here also to use Plotting Powders on the self and then defend the Hellion. Yeah. Big crit did nothing but stress me out and then remove that stress. Second cherub down.
Action.
Time for some Raucous Revelry. Beauty. Ha 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 ha. The blinding words. Yeah. I'm gonna roll the bolster there for the negative stress on our enemy backline, on our own backline. Right, Sean. Let's take away the positive tokens of critting. Well done.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
I think I'm in the position where I can get the enemy front line.
Empowered, emboldened.
I might be in a position. Come on. Hey! Cool. With that strike connecting, we get the enemy front line to hit the ground before the end of their turn, so they only get one more action, really. And they're dead after this one. I'm gonna go for the higher crit chance on the pistol shot. Worth its weight. Definitely rolling if it bleeds here as well. Would have loved the crit on that too, but that's okay.
And wanes. In crisis, We can rely only upon each other.
Bolster some stress off of our Hellion. And then, yay, we do act fast enough. Don't manage to score a crit, but we do get the enemy to death's door. They are going to die to their DOT as soon as they get to the start of their turn. But let's see if I can get a positive relationship interaction. Hey, and we did! By following it up. Sean appreciates the work of Sorathil there. What? I need a cultist trinket. I got Dark Impulse, plus healing given and lower healing received from skills. Unfortunately, doesn't hugely matter. I was really hoping I was going to get a cultist trinket from that and have the ability to furnish someone with one.
The loathing whispers.
Sudden loathing here. We get loathing along the road, and then we also get loathing at the upcoming watchtower.
The loathing festers.
This is actually a really big problem. If I go right across to the lair, I pick up loathing, then lose loathing. And then I go to the Oblivion tier, I pick up loathing and then keep it. I can go to the Oblivion's Ingress to lose it, but then I immediately pick it back up afterwards. I'm gonna have a lot of loathing consistently here. Maybe I don't go to the Oasis. So the Oasis is giving me 3 Candles of Hope. Fine. But if I don't go to the Oasis, I can instead hit the lair and then an Oblivion's Ingress, then a hospital with a hoarder afterwards. That actually seems like a lot better of a path for us. Definitely got to go to the lair.
Despair and disorientation. Steal your mind as we pass through the void.
Speaking of going to the lair, I should immediately decide my abilities beforehand. Raucous Revelry doesn't seem like it makes sense in the lair itself.
Lamentably, there is no other choice.
Adrenaline Rush seems like it'd make sense in that fight, though. Bloodlust more than Barbaric Yorp also. Great. Who else needs to really rotate their skills for the upcoming fight? It doesn't seem like Grapeshot Blast would make a huge amount of sense in the lair. But also only our range shots really would make sense. So maybe I just keep that, as it still has the possibility to remove frontliners in the area before the Leviathan. Okay. I believe that's what we want.
The loathing howls.
I know it does, and I don't like it. Actually, I should also consider our items held. So, Rawsome, you should give the milk-soaked linen to Sorathil. Stimulant restorative is probably better than ablative powders here for our sharp shot. Neutralizing powder is probably about as effective as the clotting powders for the upcoming area. Maybe slightly less. But there are 2 of these. The enemies in this area do blight you, right? I think so. Does anyone need to rotate any of their trinkets? Nope. Alright. Let's go, lair. Let's go.
Foul winds and foul tidings. No doubt the source is within.
The enemies are hastened, unfortunately, so they'll all get to act before we do in this first round.
The coastal provinces resorted to a debased worship of the sea.
Please stop screwing my entire board up. Thank you. And take aim. Obviously, time to bleed this captain. I'm gonna elect to bellow at everyone to try and give myself some speed over them in the next round, so that I have the ability to deal with the cabin boy and captain in time. Never mind, I can only deal with the cabin boy in time. Annoyingly. But it's still dead, how sad can I be? Oh god! Yo! Stop! She's the only target you've dealt damage to! Chill! My lord. 4 and 7, unfortunately, we're exactly 1 away from being able to kill the captain without another action.
A calculated
Yeah, I have other fights after this. I've got to heal there.
one nonetheless.
That's enough to guarantee the captain never gets another action. I'm not ready to be keel-hauled again. Just keep sucker punching our Hellion. Please. Stop. Grapeshot lost. Crit them both for 13. Negative stress for our party. Yay. Love all of that. Solid crit there, and we got some healing as well. Love to see it. Unfortunately, it negates the upcoming healing I was intending to throw out. Alas. I'm gonna use that to de-stress. I was gonna use it to remove the dot. It forced a positive relationship, and then we got to de-stress afterwards as well. And we even got another attack out from our Hellion, who is healing after each attack at the moment. Great! Oh, that could not have gone better for us. I mean, like, yeah, I would love to take out that backline immediately. Don't get me wrong. Whetstone, and now it's time for you to crit one of our backliners. Oh, get dodged, buddy. That's not a backliner. You're not supposed to target her. I'm gonna remove the blindness from myself here before throwing a plague grenade, which does manage to connect even with the dodging target.
We can rely only upon each other.
And then I'm gonna defend the Hellion. I'm not ready to see you take 1 trillion damage again. It was too many. Crit the fishmonger in the back line. Dead. And then dead. My turn. Yeah, it's a big bleed on the Hellion. It's probably most appropriate to remove it. This big guy isn't going to be that difficult to deal with. Yup. See how I mean? Let's stand fast. Get myself some armor, get myself more armor over time. No, we everyone resisted debuffs from this. Incredible. huge crit. Love to see those. No stress recovery from it, though. Slightly less enthused.
A breakthrough.
Another big crit, and we got some stress recovery, so I'm all okay on that one. Yes, I see you trying to break my hull. Could you stop? Just curious. Plus 30% damage when the enemy is on low HP. Oh, double tap's activated. Boom! Oh, and we crit! Sick! Got them down to death's door. They have a death's door trigger. They try and roll another hull breaker. So we ended up preventing, I think, 25 damage from those hulls. Quickly blood loosed. Roll some battlefield medicine, and now go for the death blow.
All problems have their solutions, even the big ones.
Oh, wow. Standard of the 9th. An indelible trinket for the man-at-arms. Each hero on combat start gets a block plus token. Courageous Abandon skills. Get plus 50% to crit. No clue what that is. Gain on miss if you're in rank 1. Weakness. Interesting. Lashing Tides. The trophy would increase stacking for combat items by 2 per stack. Neat. There's also the Southern Sweater. Extra bleed resistance and movement resist. And if you resist either the bleed or the movement, you get bonuses. Heal 10% or negative stress. There's also a serrated weapon! Oh, hell yeah! A Surgeon Stable at Crow's Nest. I really want all of these rewards. We're doing it. Let's go, Lair. Let's go!
They must be made to see that their monstrous god is mortal.
It's a Leviathan. I'm gonna use some stimmy. Take some aim. I'm gonna be ready to crit a target for a ridiculous amount of damage. Enemy rolls Eyes of the Storm. Manages to remove my dodge token, as well as the Leviathan's baleful gaze rests upon us. I'm gonna smoke bomb you. And bleed you. While Ounce of Prevention seems especially effective early on in this fight, I need to get blights on you. I need to have damage, otherwise we will lose. That's how this goes. Let's also roll Defender on the second line target, who is less resistant to movement, so that Undertow, when it strikes, has to hit the man-at-arms. And the man-at-arms is guaranteed not to be taken under. Boom! Resisted. Crit for 23. Unfortunately, it's just short of killing it. Blah. I don't really want to let the hand get another move, so I will actually just kill you. Enemy rolls Tidal Surge. Get some stress across the party. Other than that, mostly fine. Let it bleed. Damn, I really want to hit one of these crits. The crits are huge. I believe I have enough time here to roll Stand Fast. Get myself 2 block tokens right now, as well as the promise of more block tokens in the future. Breath of the Sea is resisted and debuffed by basically everyone on the field. Hell yeah. I also have another crit token, and yeah, it only makes sense to... Bloodlust would give us the plus 20% damage for 5 turns. Nope, I don't think that will match the damage from just bleeding the target. I almost wonder if Ounce of Prevention right now makes sense, I say, while using Noxious Blast.
Enemy weakens and wanes.
Eye of the Storm strikes out. back in front.
Confers advantage.
I'm going to renew Defender. Because I think one of those stacks of Defender is going to clear next turn. And our Man-at-Arms does act very late in the turn order. Undertow fails again. Dang. Really wanted to do more damage there. I'm going to try and blight up the hands. He got 9 blight. Okay, so I don't have to worry about another action from the hand. I'll try and use batter and set up a very good bellow.
Well done.
Oh, the bleed! So big! Oh, those crit bleeds, finally!
Cooperation is
And
the key.
I bolster for 4 stress removal from our party, as well as a big old block token. Double tap is currently doing more damage, courtesy of the enemy being, you know, low HP. Good for 10. These DOTs almost have the fight covered themselves. Good lord, the crits are insane! It actually doesn't make sense to do anything except for try and heal characters now.
Road cannot be walked alone.
Welcome to Death's Door, Leviathan!
Hold fast.
I've analyzed your weaknesses, and I have prepared for them appropriately. It is now time for you to pass. Perish. I kind of want some recovery actions as well. I'm going to use a bellow here. That got resisted. And he uses Deep Rising. Their hand will disappear as soon as their body is dead. They roll Undertow and fail. Batter can target any unit on the field. At this point, I just have to kill the enemy. Dang. I wanted to get a little bit more health, a little bit more stress recovery before the end of that, but ultimately,
Impressive haul.
that is a good position to be in, finishing that fight. I have often died to that gap 2 times in this series, I think, so far.
Abates.
Oh, and we remove all of the loathing from doing... All of the loathing from doing it. That's actually a lot better than I thought it was. Stimulant on stimulant. Sort these items out. Sort these items out something fast. I'm gonna get rid of the peculiar parts. Gain when hit. 5% chance to remove disease. I'm not. That's not how I treat my disease. Okay. I believe, yes, we have a slot for some more items now. Plotting powder makes the most sense. Most likely to get used. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna take the safe ending. I say, choosing an Oblivion's Ingress over an Oasis.
House of Oblivion. Clergy of the spreading stain.
I still think it's true. In general. Because after this we have a field hospital and then a hoarder. We get to spend a huge amount of our resources, as well as get some negative stress to our party and things like that. Love that. Oblivion's Ingress. Sean, let's advance relentlessly. We've also got really positive relationships in our party at this point as well. After we remove Curmudgeon from Sorathil, we will then be able to play cards and increase those relationships even further. I gotta take some kind of aim here, otherwise I'm not gonna hit anyone. Bellow upgrade would be so good for clearing these crits. I'm gonna give myself clotting powders because the enemies are going to just be relentlessly bleeding our front line. I had to go for that target because it sets up my ability to use the plague grenade for both of those backliners. Very important action. In retrospect, I wish I'd waited a turn before using the clotting powders though. Man, I really wish Bellow was removing 2 crit tokens from the enemies right now. Holy crumbs, that'd be great. Alas. I think I remove all of these tokens from the Evangelist by attacking you. Also go Grapeshot Blast, do 4 damage to both of you. Remove some tokens as well. Mainly the double crit in terms of stress reduction on the party is the thing there that seems impactful. Unfortunately, I do have to do something that hits at least the front liner on the enemy team because they have taunt. Sure. Yeah, double stress recovery for the self. Pretty significant.
Incremental, but deadly all the same.
Get him, Rawson. Ooh, target was blinded and missed their crit. But the altar does still have to die, so the person who has the ability to deal damage there still needs to. Let's go for the bolster for 4 stress removal as well. Love lining that up. Ah, damn it. Same move as before, unfortunately, basically.
Lethality writ large.
Unfortunately, it didn't remove stress on anyone else. I was really hoping it would have. Is that... No, you didn't give it additional regen. Okay. We're going okay then. Some stress recovery courtesy of the clotting powders. That's already enough for you to die. Hit you before the start of your turn, I guess, would be appropriate. I'm gonna go for ounce of prevention here, actually. I want bleeds to be less likely to connect here, and in doing so, I want to de-stress characters on the field.
Is the key.
Neko resisting a bleed would give -2 stress to them. Let's stand fast. It's time for some block tokens, I think. Hey, I'm finally not hitting block plus tokens.
Well done.
Just block tokens. I'm actually going to heal my frontliner Neko here. Blood Bond and... Oh, come on! I want to resist them! If it bleeds, the second liner, and then... Da-da-da-da-da-da! Another huge bolster! -4 stress to the party again. Bolster is so good! Grapeshot Blast is actually sick when it's just constantly happening. Yeah, I should focus on getting some healing on my team as well.
A breakthrough.
Put this unit down to death's door. They'll die at the start of their turn, the DOT.
Empowered, emboldened.
And rather all attacks go against my frontest line, if possible, here. Yeah, like that. I'm going to use Highway Robbery here to remove 2 block tokens on the same target immediately. Remove a giant bleed and give some health. Howling End seems appropriate here. What with the whole it's the end of the fight. Excellent. It is time for an execution. Go. I like the Grapeshot Blast a lot, actually.
So unpleasant in the extreme.
This work is noble and necessary.
Plus, resistance. Negative 10% damage per negative token, though. Distracting Dust. Apply on hit. Blind 15% of the time. Apply crit 15% of the time when missing. I mean, on hit, apply blind is really good. Unfortunately, I can't remove either of the things that are currently being held by the person who would otherwise want to hold it. Extra debuff resistance. That also seems really good. Maybe it's better than the possibility of blinding oneself. No. I think I'll just move on. Ups it all.
A rare opportunity. Let us advance unimpeded.
It is time for remove of disease and curmudgeonly. As well as some stress reduction across the party. Baby. It's everything we could possibly want.
She understands the futility of her work, but undertakes it nonetheless.
Goodbye, Typhoid.
Treatment is harsh, but undeniably effective.
And curmudgeon. Also, Hypochondriac needs to go, otherwise I'm just going to get diseased again later. Any of the rest of these need to come with us. The clotting powder could be pretty good. Or rather, another stack of clotting powders, I guess it would be. Sure. Oh my god, I haven't even put my good trinkets on. What? Yeah, so, Standard of the 9th. I mean, on combat start, getting the block plus token is really good. Yeah, it really is. Increase movement resist and bleed resist. I think should probably both go on the Berserker there. Don't want to remove the Heartseeker to anyone else right now. I want the extra resistances. No, you know what? That should go on Neko in the front line. It's just I wanted the extra resistances to be on someone who also held Skeleton Sight. So that they would get extra chance of bleed resisting and extra stress reduction when they do bleed resist. But I think I can use Ounce of Prevention in order to set that up a little bit better. Let's also not get moved or stunned on Sean. Cool. Feel like I strongly prefer that outlook. We've healed and dealt with the rest of you. Great, we can move on. Awesome. You also apparently don't have a combat item at the moment. What?
Your collection can wait. Press onward.
Hey, hang on, buddy. I am actually making haste here, Wayne. It's about as quickly as I can think. Echo, never mind. Your 4 stress has made you lash out at
Let us
Sean.
hope the madman's scrounging has borne fruit.
Yes. Now it's time for the Hoarder. And I go there with 55 balls as well.
Incoherently, but his prices remain fixed.
Oh! Rotten Tomato would be so good for our Hellion right now. Plus, in rank 2, plus 30% damage. The Bloodied Branch would also be ridiculous. I really wish I had that. I would sell you trinkets in order to get it if I could, but I can't, so I won't. Oh, early experiment. If a noxious item is equipped, +2 blight dealt. Gosh. You're showing me things that are so much better than what I can actually use here. There's a greater cleansing sensor and the greater sacrificial host that I would actually be able to take. I don't really want either of those. I am gonna buy the wind chime, I think, then.
Anything that lets us travel further is worth the cost.
So the wind chime is a piece of ooh, medicinal herbs. Yeah, having a big DOT removal matters a lot. Yeah, I've taken the wind chime here, so I will have the ability to de-stress outside of combat a lot better, because our recovery in combat is doing pretty well, and it's mostly that I'm just still feeling the effects of the lair earlier. But we've got some stress on the party. Maybe we could deal with that. Take aim and bolster yourself. Not exactly the outcome I was hoping for there. But I'm just going to guarantee that unit. Wow, I actually didn't think I was going to kill them. I thought I was going to guarantee that they only get one move. However, the Noxious Cuppa came in handy and gave them enough damage. Unfortunately, Standfast is not upgraded, which would remove the combo from myself, which would be pretty good right now. Alas, instead what I want to do, probably, is... I'm going to stand fast. I wanted to roll Bolster, because that would have given me a Block Plus token. But recognizing that I'm about to get stressed, I should probably leave the ability to Bolster for later.
Lethality writ large. Excellent work.
Stress management through crits. Gotta love it. There we go. Safe little bolster there. Oh, love a good resist. Oh, the Grapeshot Blast build is so sick, actually. It's a lot better than I thought it was. I can now see why they definitely couldn't allow that to hit 3 targets. If I can guarantee a crit on all 3 of them with a single token, you can't let me do that. It's illegal. Time for the Oblivion's ramp up. Please give me a cultist trinket. Cultist trinket. I got a lot of activators for them. I need a cultist trinket. No stain trinkets, cultist trinkets. All right. Ooh, 50% less damage taken from range. That surprises me. We have 2 positive tokens. I don't think Worship would count as a positive token for the sake of this. I think it would only be the yellowy gold ones. Time to take aim. My strength token got removed. I think. And one of my crit tokens? Oh, so that's just an ability that removes multiple different positives that the enemy has. Cool. I mean, sure, I'd like to start bleeding the Deacon, but that doesn't make sense until both of these backliners are dead, because they can literally just heal the Deacon back to full health with total ease. Makes sense to stand fast relatively early in this fight. Unfortunately, the frontline enemy unit has taunted here. So my range skill did 50%. No, my melee skill did 50% less damage to it. What? I could have sworn it said ranged originally. I guess maybe it changed? Intriguing.
On to the next.
Yeah, no more actions from the enemy's backliners, please. Yeah, I guess now is the point where I'll just use a bolster, very, very... what's the word I'm looking for here? Greedily? Self-servingly?
A slow
Aggressively, even?
An unavoidable end.
Yeah, I'm not letting you get a regen out on that target or anything like that, buddy. I really would have thought that the enemy didn't have the ability to use Sundering Steel every turn. I would have thought that that had a cooldown of some kind. Based on the fact that it should have a cooldown of some kind. A lot of damage, a lot of stress. Yeah, so everyone acts before the Deacon. It's pretty much what I want, I think. I don't want to stall. But if I have to.
Empowered, emboldened.
It only seems appropriate to do it in this position where I can make sure that the enemy might die immediately afterwards. 75% of the time they die immediately. And then the rest of the time, they don't really get to do anything.
Some of these well-worn relics.
Wounding words. Plus 50% damage, negative 33% max HP. Wow. Disarming dagger as well. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Okay, I mean, like, both of the charms that the Highwaymen are holding is, like, it could be better, could be better. Resists less damage per negative token. Sorathil, the thing is, if you don't have both of these, you shouldn't have either of them. Let's get rid of the disarming dagger. Bulwark band. I mean, I now have enough space to move onwards, but do I immediately want to? I'm gonna get rid of the distracting dust as well. And now I'm gonna...
Haggard, tired-eyed, all are welcome here.
Sean, please stop making everyone mad. People like you at the moment, don't ruin it. Yeah, stitching kit for some extra HP. It's an in item that we don't need, but we do have it.
Rest now for a time.
Oh no, Sorathil! Oh no! Combat start days! Oh, that's a nightmare. No stone left unturned on Highway Sean, and knows where to find resources in the shroud, says Rawsome. Moment's Peace was incomplete. We didn't go to the Oasis, but that's fine. Crossed Swords, plus 5% crit until the next in. Neat. Pick up there. Alright, time for some cards. Annoyingly, we got Braggart on Sorthil. I removed a negative from Sorthil, and now I've just picked up 2 negatives very, very quickly here. Woof. Oh well. One target. They get dodge, combat, high chance to de-stress, low chance to increase stress. Nice. Well done, Rawson. We'll also go for some more cards. Unfortunately, Sean is now also a Braggart. Let's have a look at our relationships across the party. Sorthil and Neko are nothing to one another. Neither are Neko and Sean. But Rawson's pretty friendly with everyone. Really friendly with someone. We've got 5 mastery for the trainer.
Precious relics remind us of a time before the end.
Scouting gear as well.
Each improvement, a new variable in the equation of your fate.
So we increased the stacking for combat items by 2 per stack, which I believe that means that we can... Yeah, there we go. Throw the stimulants on top of the other stimulants. I mean, I'm no longer blind at the start of the fight reliably, so I don't need the milk-soaked linen necessarily. At least at the moment. Having a look at our...
Everywhere in ruin. Everywhere in need.
Upcoming routes. Sprawl. That's interesting. Negative 20% to blight resistance. I don't believe the enemies in this area blight you, but they will have lower blight resistance for me. Only got to keep the flame high. We get a pot and still for it. The thing is, the pot and still's not really going to get used. We're just going to get that and immediately not needed anymore. So I don't actually need to keep the light high. However, the negative 20% resistance for blight is pretty impactful. The Exemplar is going to spawn in this area as well, who is also going to have blight, but they only have blight against individual singular targets. So as long as I keep blight removal by the time I get to them, I should be okay. We are very close to being very friendly with more people. So, Rawsome is very friendly with Highway Sean, and through that, has a 75% chance for a positive relationship. However, for the other people, we are around 50. If I could increase their relationship by 1 pip, specifically Rawsome and Sorthil's relationship, they would become very friendly, and then suddenly the positive relationship chance spikes quite quickly. And having positive relationships to go into the next area would be really helpful.
Practice. Improve.
No ifs, ands about that. Bellow and Stand Fast both pretty much immediately need an upgrade here. Bellow is my crit removal, as well as my riposte removal. It was originally my riposte removal, now it's my crit removal as well, rather. Defender upgrade also would be really good. Blood loss for longer fights also. Highway robbery being stealing 2 positives is really significant. I'm going to take the ounce of prevention upgrade for less chance to get hit with DOTs, myself, and then Neko, you're going to take the defender upgrade. I believe this is correct. At our Wainwright, I'm definitely going to be
Repaired and refurbished. Ready for the leagues ahead.
bumping each of those. Medical gear for the chance to remove diseases. Sorathil. Yeah, we don't have diseases on the party at the moment, but like, how long is that gonna last? Extra hoarder scouting locations, doubles the trinket selection there. Extra produce items from stagecoach items. I don't currently produce anything with stagecoach items, so I'm instead just gonna get some extra scouting.
Meet each challenge on its own terms.
All right. As for the rest, I could get one whiskey, but then I barely have anything left to spend. Toxic Ichor, that's a noxious item, so I would be able to change some of my items on Sorathil. Oh no, but the noxious item is the good one. The Curing Cuppa. The Poison Ring is also piercing, which matters. Okay, never mind. Thunderclap Grenade, the ability to stun the enemies. It's reasonable. Burn resistance doesn't really make sense before going into this next area. I'm going to take one loaf of stale bread, and I'm going to take some whiskey. I'm going to use the whiskey immediately to increase the relationship between Rawsome and Sorathil here. Then the slime mold is going to go on Sorathil, and the stale bread is going to go for Neko. Don't need to use the stitching kit right now. You have a couple decent items held in the bank there. And I think that prepares us. No, I don't need the bounty hunter here. No. No. At some point in the future, yes. At this point in the now, no.
Another nameless city. Another inferno of mutilation and madness.
Let us head out to the sprawl and see what positive relationships we've gotten. A hopeful.
Aspiration unites the hopeful.
A hopeful relationship with two of our wicked hack less commonly used, but the pistol shot is commonly used. Some stress reduction for our party. A respectful relationship
Tried and tested.
emerges
A bond to be counted on.
between Neko and Sean. I was about to say someone named Sean, but the character is Highway Sean here. And oh wow, Bolster gives a strength token to Sean, and Grapeshot gives a strength token to Sean as well as to Neko. And then a respectful relationship here between Rawsome and Sorathil. If it bleeds, giving dodge plus token to Sorathil, and Plague Grenade giving a strength token to Rawsome. Incredible. I literally cannot wait to record the next episode. So I'm going to do that about now, which means I got to end this one. My name's Rhapsody, and the name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon 2. Top left series playlist for all of my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendation down below. Stream past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out of all the thank tier, rather. And a special thanks this episode to Moms. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.